Hi, so today we're going to go over the chapter speed problems. It's not necessarily chapter 3 in your book, but for the sake of the worksheet, we'll go through this way. The first thing that I started with is I put the triangle up on top. So the D is up on the top, so we're going to show that line is for dividing, and the S and T are for multiplying. I also split up the equation into solving for speed, solving for time, and solving for distance, depending on what the question might ask. Number 1 says, suppose it took a time of 4 seconds for a biker to go a distance of 100 meters. So I'm going to underline my knowns, and then it's asking for what was the speed. So I'm going to say speed is my unknown. My time is going to be 4 seconds. And my distance is going to be 100 meters. I'm going to choose the equation that I'll need, so I'll go ahead and choose this one since we're solving for speed, and I'll write that down. And I'll plug in what I have. So I'll do my distance is 100 meters, and my time is 4 seconds. Then I can go ahead and punch that into my calculator. I can clear that out. 100 divided by 4 is going to give me 25. And then I'll need to remember to do meters over seconds because my answer is not complete without that. I'll go ahead and box that. And I can move on to number 2. Suppose that in a time of 10 seconds, the biker went a distance of 250 meters. What is his speed? So I'm going to write down my unknown. I'll write my knowns, so my time is going to be 10 seconds, and my distance will be 250 meters. And I can go ahead and plug that in. Again, you can use your calculator if you're not confident with your math skills. And we'll get 25 meters per second again. Number 3. The same biker traveled at a speed of 25 meters per second for 10 seconds. What is the distance he traveled? Alright, so D will be my unknown. My speed will be 25 meters per second. And my time is going to be 10 seconds. So now I'm not using the same equation anymore. I can go up to the top and say if I'm looking for D, I'm going to have to multiply S times T. So I wrote that equation here, and I can write it down on my sheet just so I'm sure I'm plugging in the correct numbers. And I'll do 25 meters per second times 10 seconds. Go ahead and plug that into your equation. So 25 times 10 is going to give me 250. And then I need to determine what my unit's going to be. Well, I know from algebra that my seconds will cancel and I can be left with meters. If you're not very good at canceling, another way you could do this is thinking about what distance have I been talking about? And I've been talking about meters in this particular question, so I can go ahead and write that down as well. Number 4, the biker in problem 1 traveled at a speed of 25 meters per second for a time of 4 seconds. What is the distance traveled? Okay, so I'm looking for my distance. And I have a speed of 25 meters per second, and my time is 4 seconds. So I can plug this into my equation. D equals S times T. 25 meters per second times my 4 seconds. Again, I can plug it into my calculator. 25 times 4, it's going to give me 100. And again, I can cancel out my seconds to be left with meters, or I can just think, what distance have we been working with in this problem? And it's meters. Number 5, a cyclist covered a distance of 180 kilometers in 4 hours. What was her speed? Okay, so, and it's giving me a hint here that I should be kilometers and hours. Okay, so I'm looking for speed, so that's my unknown. I'll write down what my distance and my time were. My distance is 180 kilometers, and my time is 4 hours. I'm going to go back up to the top. My equation is going to be S is equal to D over T. I'll plug in my 180 kilometers and divide that by my 4 hours. 180 divided by 4 is going to give me, let's round to 13.9. I'm sorry, 0.13.9. 0.139. And that'll be kilometers per hour. Although that's not right. I'm sorry, I need to go back in. 180 divided by 4. Much better, 45. 45 kilometers per hour. Okay. Go ahead and box my answer. I can move on to the next question. A runner travels at a speed of 12 kilometers per hour for 2 hours. How far does he travel? So how far? That's a distance I'm looking for. I'm looking for it in kilometers. Alright, so I'll write down my distance is my unknown. My speed is 12 kilometers per hour. And my time is 2 hours. So again, I can go back up. My equation is going to be D is equal to S times T. My speed will be 12 kilometers per hour times 2 hours. Okay? 12 times 2 is 24. 24 what? Okay, well my hours are going to cancel, so I'm left with kilometers. It told me I was looking for in kilometers, or I could think about what unit was I using in that section. Okay. I'll go ahead and box that answer. Last question. A runner travels 300 meters in 150 seconds. What is the speed? So I'll go back to my top. My equation is going to be speed equals distance over time. So I'll write that on the bottom. Speed equals distance over time. And I'll write my unknown. Then I can write down my knowns. Distance is 300 meters. Time equals 150 seconds. And I can plug in my information. So I'll have 300 meters divided by 150 seconds. I can plug that into my equation. 300 divided by 150 is going to give me 2. So it'll be 2 meters per second. And that's my answer. And that is this worksheet.